So here is the palette. As you can see, got a little like clear. I'm not impressed with the color range, to be honest with you. Very purple, very mute, like very monotone. So we'll have to see how the quality is. All right, so let's see what the quality is for swatches. It won't necessarily tell me exactly the quality, but it will kind of give me a telltale sign of how the consistency is. So we're going to start from the top and work our way down. Sorry. Whoop, whoop, and whoop. The first shade is Morniessence, like Renaissance, but Morniessence. Already I could tell it's a little chalky. I know purples are hard to do. Sweet 66. It's a shimmer. Bury Me. Those are the first three top shades. I can already tell they are very chalky. And then Dark Omen. They look the same, but at least they swatched pretty good. I don't like how similar some of these purples are in the mattes. Next is Eulogy, Afterlife, and Wicked Wisteria. And then I'll do the other two later. I mean, this is pretty nice. So that one is Eulogy, Afterlife, Wicked Wisteria. Again, very, very muted. Then the last are Hollowed, and then Nocturnal Kiss. Not very deep shades here. So there is the entirety of the Beyond the Grave Haunting Hour palette. All right, let's get into creating a look. I'm going to use my Morphe Solo Artist in Airplay. I feel like this one's going to be better to kind of get that color payoff for me. I really want this to be a good color payoff, or else I'm going to be upset because I believe this was just as much as the Apothecary of Color one, and that one was phenomenal. All right, we've got the eyes primed and blocked out. Now we're going to get into the shadows. I feel like I'm going to start with the darks as per usual. I'm going to try and do a halo eye. Let's try and do that. So we're going to just take a brush like this. Is from Royal and Langnickel. It's just an old one. I'm going to take, I feel like the darkest is Dark Omen here. I mean, I do like the mirror. I'm going to place it. I mean, this is very cool. This is a cool tone purple palette, just FYI. If you're not into the cool tones. And then I'm just going to take that Dark Omen here. I mean, it seems like it's doing okay. It's hard to tell. I'm going to take a really fluffy brush, and I'm going to take Morniessence. It's a weird name. And we're just going to go to town here on blending this out. Maybe that wasn't the right brush. I don't think about things until it's too late. Okay, try this again, a little bit smaller so we can be more precise. I don't know what I'm thinking sometimes when I pick out my brushes. All right, I mean, blending, but man, is it so, how do I say? I don't even know what to say about that. All right, we're gonna go into Nocturnal Kiss because this seems like the next step lighter to that. Okay, this one's pretty. You can already tell this one is bringing that warmth a little bit back. I know I'm not doing the best job at my, there's some fallout, at my brush selection. All right, we're gonna do, let me take a brush that's a little bit more on the, I'm gonna do Eulogy. That's a nice brow bone shade. Oh, yeah, that is a nice brow bone shade. I'm always going to stick to my brow bone shades. I feel like this helps me kind of carve out the brow a little bit without using additional like concealer products. Okay, and then I'm going to go in to Nocturnal Kiss and just kind of blend those together. Maybe that wasn't the best blend. All right, so upon looking at it, the blend isn't that great. I feel like this is getting a little patchy. Now I wanted to do this look. I don't know if I'm going to upload this one first, but this, I feel like we need to talk about how this palette performs, because I know that the Apothecary of Color was a hit for a lot of people, but is this one going to be a hit? I did not get the black and white one because I feel like I'm not going to use that one at all. At all. Okay, shimmers. We're going to put Afterlife. I'm telling you, these feel like... I'm going to tell you how they feel. Hard pan. Maybe I need... I'm going to spray it. Spray my brush. I normally don't do this, because usually I like colors that pay off. And you don't have to spray it. Oh, it did not help much. I have to use my finger. This is subtle and so hard pan. Getting upset. All right, had to regroup. We're gonna do the lower lash line. Why even bother? As you can tell, I am highly disappointed in this palette quality. I'm gonna go ahead and take Sweet 666. It's a mid-tone, kind of like berry shade, and I feel like it would go really nice on the lower lash line. I mean, it's okay. And then I'm going to take Wicked Wisteria, which is it is a very pretty, like, lavender color. Now, I'm going to take a little bit up here just to kind of tie it all together. And then we're going to take Hollowed, which was the lightest shimmer shade, and we're going to pop it right in the inner corner. Now, for the other eye, I'm going to go ahead and do it with a different primer. I put this on just now, the Jelly Grip from Essence. This one's a bit more tacky. And I feel like if I really want my mattes to stick, this would be the primer to do so. So maybe, just maybe, I can salvage this muddied mess with this eyeshadow primer. So you kind of have to just tap it in until it becomes kind of a little bit sticky, but not a lot. That seems good enough. Take the same brush, dip into Dark Omen, just like I did before. Oh yeah, see how that helped it a little bit? It helped it. Ooh, I just put some on my jawline. Helped it a little. Help kind of punch that color a little more. And I don't care if this eye is a little different from this eye. We are trying to salvage this look. I can't believe I got eyeshadow there. All right, I'm going to take a little bit of a different fluffy brush, dip into Morning Essence. And we're going to lightly buff. And also, like, if a palette's not working, This is why I'm redoing it and showing you. Try a different technique. Different primer, different technique. Maybe go a little softer, not so like how I was like to this eye. Maybe just go a little bit more precise. And see, that made a world of difference. All right, so now I'm going to take Nocturnal Kiss, which was that mauve shade, and we are going to buff that. And we'll just take it across and see if we can. Looks a little less muddy than what this was. All right, now we're going to take Eulogy, just that nice brow bone shade, and be a little softer with it instead of harsh with it. Then we'll take a little bit of Wisteria, that lilac color, and we're just going to go on top here. And that looks so much better. Now, as far as the shimmer, I'm going to take an additional bit of that grippy primer and just tap it in the middle. Take your pinky and just kind of fluff it there. And then while it's kind of sticky, even though this is very hard pan and it's not sticking the way I want it, I think with maybe a glitter primer, perhaps, or shimmer primer, I just use this one because I don't have those. That made a world of difference. That made a world of difference. Punched it up even more. Sometimes you just gotta work palettes. I'm gonna take Bury Me, which is another kind of dark purple, and just kind of fluff it here and there, just to kind of marry that. Looks better already. All right, lower lash line. What did I use for lower lash line? Okay. We're gonna do Sweet 666, sorry. This one has a little bit more, a little less, I should say, hard pan. And then we're going to take Wisteria, the Wicked Wisteria, and fluff that onto the lower lash line and merge it right there. And then take Hollowed on the inner corner. Okay, let's take a closer look, and we are going to compare and contrast the different techniques and primers and see if it made it. All right, you can already see there's a difference. This one's way more punchier than this one. This one's more muddy. So you can kind of see the difference, and maybe a little bit more of a dry formula in primer. And then you can also see the difference in technique. I was a little bit too harsh with this one versus I took my time kind of really lightly fluffing that brush into the colors. What do you think? All right, so now that we know what this can do, we're breaking to the next product. The next product is going to be Hex and Hold Pomade. Now this is supposed to be, I think, a gel liner. It really didn't say in the, didn't really say on the description of it. It says Carp Noctum for beautiful things come alive at night. I like that little saying at this. All right, so I got the shade Chalice, which is the shades that my daughter uses on her lips. Right? No weird smell, but there you go. There is the pomade. I assume this is going to be a liner of some sort. The cap is kind of like a little melted wax cover, and the pot is like a little, like, I don't know, cauldron pot. It's cute. All right, I'm going to just take a brush like so, dip in, and we're going to do a winged liner here. Drag it down. Wow, that actually is very pigmented. Wow, done. With some excess to spare on the back of my hand. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Impressed with how little I used, and I didn't have to go in there a few times. But let me show you. I just kind of wiped my brush in there maybe like 3-4 times, and it did a good job at making that wing. All right, there you go. Let's see if they transfer. That's one of the big things I notice in some like gel liners is that it can transfer. I think it was, oh, it was an old one. It was Pretty Vulgar Cosmetics, and it was like this really, it was like an inkwell. Granted, it was jet black, but it did transfer upwards, and I think it would have done more now because my eyes are a little bit more hooded now that I'm aging. All right, now we're getting to the fun part, which is lips. I got 2 new ones, and that is Dark Alchemy, which is this one, and then I got Doomberry, which is this one. Now, these are the 2 new shades. They are more of a purple to coincide with this. So I will show you what I have now. I have, and these are the first ones I bought. I have these 3. I have Pixie Wig, which is one of my favorites actually. It's beautiful mauve. I have Ember Pit, which is a metallic. And then I have here Phoenix Blood. Let me swatch these ones for you. I use these quite often. My daughter got Chalice Matte, and then she got the Chalice Shimmer, and then I bought her the new black one from this line that released. I believe it's called Macabre, and it's like supposed to be, I don't know, she hasn't tried it yet, I don't think. But here are the shades that I already have. So there's Phoenix Blood, oh, can't talk, Ember Pit, and then Pixie Wig. Ember Pit is a metallic, kind of like shimmer. Now let's swatch these 2 new ones. This one is Dark Alchemy, which is a metallic purple. Oh, that smells very vanilla-y. Mine didn't. That's weird. Let's see. Yeah, the old ones don't smell vanilla-y, but the new ones, they smell like a cupcake. Ooh, smells like cake batter. Okay, that's interesting. And then this one is Doomberry. And this is a matte, deep eggplant purple. So there's the 2 shades there and there. Right, we're going to swatch, or not swatch, but put them on the lips. Where gets the hose again? Had to go there. All right, so let's go ahead and do a lip try on of the 2 new shades. This is Dark Alchemy. All right, very shimmery. I love this shade. It's like a berry purple, metallic purple. That actually brought this look alive. I like it. All right, let's try Doom. All right, this is Doomberry. This is a dark eggplant purple. Whoa. Ooh, I really like the shade. It is moussey and light. It feels different. The consistency feels different from the old formula. And it smells like cupcakes. So there's a difference in formula. There has to be a difference in formula. So, I really like the shade though. It doesn't quite complete my look because it's a little too cool, too cool. I'd rather do this one, so I'm gonna put this one back on, but this doesn't feel like it dries down. Is there a difference? Is there a difference? Velvet grip, liquid lip, okay. I'm curious, and this one's called metallic grip, the shimmery one. Doesn't seem, does kiss off. It doesn't seem to dry down, which is interesting. I'm gonna kind of look at it and see what the difference is. All right, so I looked on the website. The descriptions are exactly the same for the old formula. I looked at Pixie Wig, and then I looked at Doomberry. Doomberry or Pixie Wig actually seems, it's called Velvet Grip as well, but it seems to be a drying formula rather than Doomberry being a little bit more of a moussey formula. Well, let me put it side by side, but do you see how it's kind of like a moussey texture versus a liquid texture? Now let me see Phoenix Blood. No smell to that one. That one's also liquidy. Interesting. I will say there's no smell to Ember Pit. And there is a cupcake smell to Dark Alchemy. But Dark Alchemy seems thinner. Do you see that? Seems thinner than Ember Pit. But look how shiny and liquidy that is versus this. And I'm going to let them dry down. And I'm going to see if the consistency is different. Now, this one doesn't kiss off. And this is Dark Alchemy. So, while we are waiting for those to dry, I'm already going to give you my thoughts because I can't wait anymore. Horrid. I don't like this palette. I do not like the formula in this. It is chalky. Might as well just get it at Claire's. If it exists. Does Claire's exist still? It still does. Or icing. This is just, I love the construction of this, shape of this, idea of this, but this is not good. And yeah, granted, the pictures show you exactly what it is on the website. And I was like, you know what, I'll take my chances because I do absolutely love the Apothecary of Color palette. But this, what are we, dollar store, Killstar? What are we doing? And comparison to the very good quality of the Alchemy of Color. Look at the difference. Color payoff is so much better. These are the shimmers, duochromes. That's not the best matte, but purple's hard to do. But look, that one's okay. It's kind of like a muted red. Now I will say, let me see. What am I? That's bad. Anyways, let's do another matte. This green matte. That's a good quality. That beautiful light mauve, purple, good quality. The yellow, good quality. Let's go with the black. Check out that black. It's like a gray black. So, I mean, the quality is there in the Alchemy of Color palette. But in these Beyond the Grave ones, and this is Haunting Hour, whoa, look at the shimmers. Can you get that out of this new palette? No. And I will say it's about the same price. I want to say. All right, I lied actually. I lied. This is $30. I got it on sale. I think it was like a 25% off coupon thingy, or like buy 3 get 1 free or something like that. But this was, it's regular price $30. This is regular price $55. Granted, the prices are different. So is the quality. This is like a $15 $10 palette. This is not a $30 palette. So I will say, if you are in the market to, and this catches your fancy because of the Coven, because that's what it did to me, I would say skip this. I kind of want to see if I can return it. It's terrible. Terrible. And I'm curious. Well, I don't have the box for the Apothecary of Color, and there is no, I cannot read at all the I can't read the actual, like, what's in it. I can't read it. It's too small. Same with this. These are not vegan. These are not vegan. These are not it doesn't state that they're cruelty free. I don't know. Check the website, see what you think. Make your mind up on that. All right, now that everything is kind of dry, well, not phoenix blood, but oh, different consistency. All right, Doomberry is not the same consistency as the velvets for the velvet grips for the old, like the other formula, like the first batch formula. So I will say that Doomberry is more of a mousse liquid lipstick versus a actual liquid lipstick. So just keep that in mind. They don't state that it's different on the website. They don't say anything about that. So do keep in mind, from my lips to your ears, this is a mousse formula, will not dry down. This will move. This one will stay. So this is Pixie Wig, Doomberry. Same with Phoenix Blood. This one takes a little bit longer to dry because it's a lot more liquidy, but this one does dry down to a full matte finish where it's not kissable. Like, it won't come off. These two are exactly the same formulas. These are the metallic grip. These are dry down. These dry down. Don't move. Doomberry does not. I will let you know if the one my daughter has, which is Macabre, if that's different from Chalice. I will ask her, and I will put that in the description or a comment to let you know. Whew, I'm out of breath. So that is the end of this video on my Killstar Coven Cosmetics. New items that are on the website. They do not have Serpent. Serpent came in a metallic green finish, and it also came in the velvet grip finish. They are no longer on the website. Don't know why, but they have a Serpent lip liner. Don't understand that. Bring back Serpent in both finishes. Coven, come on. Come on. Anyways, I really like these colors. This is probably my favorite of all of them. This is the Dark Alchemy. Beautiful, beautiful, and it warms up this eyeshadow, which sucks. This seems to dry down, seems to stay put. I'm going to see how it does, but these are pretty good. Easy, pretty much a couple like taps of the pomade, done. You don't have to re-dip it. So it does have a lot of payoff. I really want to get the other colors. There is Phoenix Blood, there is Serpent, there is another shade. I can't remember, but there are other shades to this. There's like a teal as well. Oh no, that's actually Serpent. It's supposed to be a green. But anyways, so far I will say, if this is still on the website, if you happen to want to try the Coven eyeshadows, this one is the one to try. Do not try the Beyond the Grave. I assume the black one version of this one's called Haunting Hour. This one sucks. I'm assuming the black one will too, but I'm kind of curious if I can switch them out and try that one instead. I don't know. I just want to see if I can return that, because that's, no, I hate that. This one, love. Okay, these love some different formula than this. Just keep that in mind. Different formula, moussey, liquidy. Doesn't dry down, dries down. Got that? Okay. So yeah, overall, I really do like the Coven Cosmetics products. They're actually really good. Just highly disappointed in the new eyeshadow palettes that are coffin shaped. So avoid those by like the plague. Yeah, avoid them like the plague, my friends. So anyways, that's the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed it. And please leave a comment down below if you have tried any of these products and what your thoughts are, as well as like this video. Subscribe if you haven't. I really, really want to reach 1,000 subscribers, please, guys. I want this to kind of be my like side gig type deal so that I can get back into makeup again and really share my love and knowledge of makeup. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.